Hey, what's up? Welcome to episode 34 of Movie Dumpster. Happy Turkey Day, dumpster dwellers. This is our Thanksgiving episode, or our Thanks Garbage episode. And today we're doing the Thanksgiving-themed slasher film called Home Sweet Home from 1981, directed by Nettie Pena. I'm Joel Escola.
I'm Sean O'Rourke.
I'm Connor McGraw.
Welcome to the dumpster.
Hey, everyone. Now that the redneck is gone and the other two assholes haven't returned, we can have a party.
Just because it would make for a dynamite listen, for me only, I would love this episode when it was finally edited. Just have like a backtrack of that guy laughing for the entire episode.
Oh, it's happening.
I don't know about for the whole episode, but
this is like ambient noise. Like
This entire exchange, he's just going to be laughing as we're discussing this right now.
they really made him look creepy as fuck this whole movie.
did they? I couldn't see him.
Did any of you guys recognize our killer in this movie?
Oh yeah.
Oh, you mean Fularigno? Yeah.
His name's Jake Steinfeld, and this fucking guy used to promote like the My Orbit things.
Yes.
Like the workout stuff.
I didn't recognize him, but he just looks like a fucking typical 80s, like kind of like muscly but kind of fat, like strongman type.
He's the fucking 90s Body by Jake guy.
Yup.
And he's like, hey, I'll be your fucking trainer or whatever.
I've heard of Body by Jake, never mind.
Yeah, that's him, dude.
Apparently, I read on Wikipedia, he has no sense of humor about being in this movie, and I guess responds very negatively, too, when people bring it up.
Guess what? He's getting signed when I meet his ass. You'd be like, oh, you a Body by Jake fan? No, motherfucker. Home Sweet Home. Sign this.
You gotta get your copy of Coming to America signed because he plays the goddamn cab driver that when they
That's
they
right.
come out of the airport, he's like, you dumb fuck!
Yeah, what, has this guy had, like, a career? Like,
Yeah.
He's just had like a bunch of bit parts, and then he had like this workout program.
Oh, and apparently he also founded the fucking Major League Lacrosse, so whatever that means to you.
he also worked on Indiana Jones, Temple of Doom, and Last Crusade as a personal trainer to Harrison Ford and Steven Spielberg.
That is fucking bizarre. Well, you really started at the bottom here, and he really he worked his way up.
Hey, Kevin Smith said it best. In Hollywood, you fail upward.
Yeah, my God, is he bad in this fucking movie? I say he looks creepy just because the whole movie, this guy has these, like, wide eyes and this, like, limp, like, lower lip. His mouth is always just barely ajar.
I think he looks fucking freaky, man. Like, I don't know. I like him.
He looks like he's on drugs.
I like him in this movie because he's basically just like Body by Jake going around killing people.
Yeah, what is he? He got mad that, like, his VHSs didn't sell enough?
Yeah.
Like,
Nobody's buying my Orbit. Fuck.
nobody's buying my workout tape. Fuck Tony Little.
I got a whole warehouse of Betamax.
I found these VHS in my basement.
Why did I pay to have this on Laserdisc?
It's a beautiful picture, though.
So it's Thanksgiving Day, and there is a maniac on the loose who's high on PCP for no reason and just killing people.
Also for no reason.
That's also the plot.
And that's it. It's a bunch of people on a farm, and we never really know exactly whose farm it is.
I don't know whose relation to who. I don't know. Sean had to tell me whose kids those. Well, actually, I still don't know who Mistake's kid is. Mistake's father is.
Mistake is Danny Trejo's kid.
Also, like, one of your kids is named Angel and the other one's is Mistake. Like, I hope that's a nickname. Otherwise, you are the cruelest parents in the history of the world.
Well, nobody in the movie calls him anything but Mistake.
Also, if he showed up to any Thanksgiving event in any rational family dressed as a member of the Kiss Army, he would be kindly asked to leave.
You know, it's a mistake asking him to come to Thanksgiving dinner.
Yeah, exactly. Also, like, this is the fact that this movie takes place on Thanksgiving is just completely circumstantial. It doesn't affect the plot or anything like that. They're just like, look, we have a big turkey for it. Look at the camera. Thanksgiving. And then that's the last it's ever mentioned.
There's like one scene and they're like, it's Thanksgiving dinner. And then that's it.
Anyway.
Back to fucking Jake Steinfeld killing people.
Yeah, like a bunch of people gathered a ranch in the middle of nowhere, presumably in a time period where the sun has died.
Yeah.
This fucking movie opens, you get like a cold opening with this body from Jake guy. His name in the movie is Jay Jones, and you hear this literally once. They have like this newscaster on a radio basically giving like a spiel while as voiceover while some other things are happening. And some fucking guys like in a station wagon like off the side of the parkway having a fucking beer. And he sees this guy walk out to him. He's like, "Hey, you want a beer, pal?" And he gets ripped out of his fucking car and just clobbered to death.
This big muscly motherfucker grabs this dude by the throat and just chokes him and laughs his ass off while he's doing it.
No joke, this happens in like 7 seconds. Like, from the start of the movie, and this guy's just going the whole time. Yeah, I was like, am I missing something? And it's just like, nope, that's it. That's the start of the film.
And the credits are like vastly different than the title. Like the credits happen over this, after the dude dies, the credits happen, and this guy drives for what seems like fucking 90 minutes.
Well, they get the good shot of him getting the PCP out, and he's like fucking putting in the needle, and he's like a close-up shot on his mouth, and he's like salivating over it.
Ugh, I don't like that level of like late 70s, early 80s like sleaze over slasher films just doesn't sit well with me anymore. I can't do that up close like disgusting shit like saliva or like when someone's really aggressively sweaty and gross. I'm like, ugh, back up. Like,
oh yeah, man, it's got that don't answer the phone vibes going on here.
Yeah.
He's shooting up the PCP like under his tongue, like, and then the newscaster's like, this guy might be, he's escaped whatever, he's crazy, and he might be on PCP. In fact, we're fucking positive he's on PCP, and he's like, yup, and then sticks the fucking needle in his tongue.
The fucking radio DJ's like, by the way, I'm God.
I'm the narrator of the film.
Here's your first plot dump, first and only. You also find out he like killed his parents 8 years ago, and he killed the guard on the way out, and that's it. You don't get any more plot for the rest of the film.
I like that though. He's very mysterious.
Yeah, no, I don't hate it.
You get one more line. Mama was never good to whatever. Stab.
I hated my mom, and I hate you. Here's a knife in your chest.
Yeah, the ubiquitous mental patient, and their idea of like a wrinkle to his personality is like he does drugs.
Well, like Joe was saying, he drives around for what feels like an eternity, and they like make a point to like make this guy look crazy the entire movie, but he's slowly, carefully driving, like checking both ways.
This fucking driving sequence goes on for the entirety of the opening credits, which is like 3 minutes straight of him just driving cross country, like for no reason.
But like, they make him seem like he's doing these acts randomly, but he seems like he has a very specific location he's driving to.
Exactly. Like, he knows exactly that he's going to this fucking ranch.
He goes really out of his way to murder some strangers. Like, he's sitting on top of a population of probably 1 million, and he's like, nah, I gotta go out in the middle of fuck all nowhere just to find these hapless, mustachioed, high-collared morons to kill them.
Well, that's right after he runs over Grandma.
Oh my fucking God.
Grandma got run over by a PCP addict.
Hold on. I pose a question. Did he actually run over that old woman, or did she get startled and throw strawberry jam at him?
No, what happened was the camera zoomed in on her is what happened, and killed her.
It's like a Mel Brooks movie. She gets hit by the camera. Well, he runs this woman over, and they superimpose this slow motion that just looks like they freeze-framed it.
Yeah.
It's a shot where before the car would actually make contact, it just stops, and then it does like 4 hard zooms onto her horrified expression with her scream, like overlaying all of this. And then it just like cuts back to him. Oh, and it cuts to immediately like someone very clearly taking like a cup of red shit and just like against the windshield.
And not only that, but this fucking goo, this red goo, stays on the windshield for the rest of the time that he's driving this car. Like, use your fucking wipers, man. He drives all the way out to bumfuck nowhere and then cleans his car.
Yeah, like then it hits him like, oh, this might be bad.
How did he see through that the whole time he was driving?
How did he not get pulled over?
Well, not only, he gets the strawberry jam on the fucking windshield and then on the front of his car, or the car he stole, I should say. And then he's cackling. He's like, I can't even do it justice, for God's sakes.
Sir, is that blood in your windshield? No, I ran over a giant grape. All right, be on your way.
It's just cranberry sauce. Happy Thanksgiving, home sweet home.
There was a mishap at the shop, right?
Someone got real mad at me. Wasted perfectly good cranberry sauce. I can't believe this happened.
God damn it.
So yeah, he drives to our next location, which is the only location we'll see for the rest of the movie.
Yes.
Is some fucking ranch in the middle of, like, it looks like fucking something actually out here, like something in Nevada.
It's probably in California somewhere.
Something like that. Yeah, it's got like thick trees, but also has like cactuses and shit.
We're introduced to okay,
so many characters that don't matter.
Like breakneck speed. All I'm gonna say is that most of these people are related, and with the exception of the Spanish woman and this other chick.
No, that's the kicker. None of them are related.
No, they are related. They're the Bradleys, man. That's the family.
Here's the breakdown. Here's the fucking breakdown, because I had to go through Wikipedia and IMDb, and I had to watch scenes twice, believe it or not, to understand the flow of this fucking family tree. You've got the main dude, fucking what the fuck's his name? Harold Bradley. And then you've got his girlfriend, Linda. And then they have...
Is that the blonde guy?
No, this is the guy with the mustache. The guy that's going, mistake!
Yeah, this is Danny Trejo.
Then you have his son, Mistake. No idea who the mother is. His daughter, Angel. No idea who the mother is. Their friend, Gail. His renter, Scott, who has his girlfriend with him. And then there's his friend, Wayne, who's there just for business. And Wayne's girlfriend, Maria, who doesn't speak English. And I think that's everybody.
Wait a second. I thought Mistake was Danny Trejo's son?
Yes.
Okay.
That's what I said.
Yes.
It's not Danny Trejo, everybody. We're just that there's...
He looks like Danny Trejo.
Yeah, it's the similarity striking.
But the blonde guy, I thought his daughter was Angel.
No, that's why the ending is so weird to me, that they are so... I mean, to be fair, you should be concerned about this kid's safety, but they really make it seem like it's his kid.
Yeah, well, that's what I thought. But is that his sister then?
No, that's his girlfriend.
No. The little girl.
The little girl is fucking Danny Trejo's other kid.
Oh.
No idea who the mother is to Mistake or Angel, just that this guy has two kids. It's very convoluted. Like, I get what they're kind of going for with the Thanksgiving feel, but it's just like... It's just, you're literally picking people from so many different families that it's like, I get it, this shit happens, but it just makes it confusing.
Who could fucking care anyway? Because everybody's... What's even crazier is, like, everybody's trying to fuck each other in this movie, and there's just, like, a kid hanging out, and everybody's like, I need a Valium, I need a drink, I need a fuck, I need this.
Oh, that's the most genuine part of the Thanksgiving. Otherwise, 9 people is awfully subdued.
Yes.
And we're introduced to all these people in, like, one sequence of, like, here's someone, bam, here's someone else, bam, here's someone else, bam, here's someone else. And then at some point, they're all in a room, like, chasing each other and yelling at each other, and I'm just like, everyone calm down.
Well, first, you're introduced to the two yuppie characters, like I said, Scott and his girlfriend, Jennifer.
Oh, their jaws are sticking out. He's like, we're going to my cousin's house. He used to be a record producer, but not anymore. He only has 3 houses now.
The cousins of the fucking aristocratic fucks from Baby's Day Out.
Yeah, basically.
This ranch is very small. It's not like my condo in Flagstaff. Yeah, we're introduced to everybody, and fucking this character, Mistake, if nobody got to him sooner, I was gonna kill this kid. He was annoying the ever-living piss out of me, genuinely, not from like, haha, he's supposed to be annoying, it's the joke. No, I wanted him to die immediately. Get that fucking guitar out of here.
Dude, this guy fucking comes running out with this guitar, and he's playing, and fucking Danny Trejo's like, what the fuck are you doing? He's like, stop playing that goddamn guitar! And he like chases him to the fucking Mistake!
I thought his name was Stink, and I'm not sure which is worse.
I didn't even catch it for a little while. I don't know what the fuck. I thought they were just like
giving him a hard time. Instead, no, that's just his name.
Yeah, like insulting him.
Also, this guitar, if you're hoping it sounds decent, it doesn't. The fucking Doof Warriors guitar from Mad Max Fury Road sounds better than this thing. This thing is like, it's really, really penetrating, like just twanging. It's like, beep, 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 beep.
Well, it plays the same like 30-second fucking loop every time that he hits the damn thing.
He keeps playing this same lick over and over again. And by the way, he's got like a fucking amplifier strapped to his back, and he's like running.
He looks like a fucking Ghostbuster.
A white t-shirt with like chain decals all over it, and his face is painted all white. with some black shading around his eyes, because apparently
Yeah.
he's a kiss warrior. That is not conveyed in the plot, and I was kind of just wondering why this asshat was hanging around while they were about to have dinner.
Oh my god, it's true. It's true.
He's got to spread the gospel of kiss, man.
Yeah, man. Our Lord and Savior Gene Simmons.
It's fine. I'm going to close the door on you like I do to Jehovah's Witnesses.
There's just a guy out there in like full kiss regalia coming to your door with a fucking pamphlet.
Excuse me, sir. Do you have a moment to speak about the Star Child?
No, sir. I'm already a maggot. Please leave.
Donate $5 and get a free Paul Stanley sticker.
We have fake tongues you can stick in your mouth.
Yeah. So right after we see that, like, we cut right back to like the couple that was driving to the house, the Richie couple. And he's like trying to fuck this girl in the front seat of his car.
Yeah.
Like in broad daylight on like the shoulder of a highway.
Yeah, and it's a convertible. It's right outside the fucking house. It's like right there.
It totally is.
And then he gets mad when like fucking Mistake runs out and twangs his guitar at him. He's like, "How dare you?" It's like, motherfucker, just pull the roof down or something.
Or go into your apartment.
Yeah, but that's later. Right after that, we hard cut to fucking Jay like hosing off his fucking grandma stained car. Jay like pulls up to the house, like right near the house, and like uses the hose to hose off grandma off his fucking car while these two are trying to fuck like in the convertible.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. And then they cuts it inside, and you have fucking Bradley walking around. He's like, "I need a beer.
I need a beer. I need a Valium." And his fucking wife's like, "You don't need a beer or a Valium. Come on, you can come fuck me." And then they go in the room and they like gratuitous boob shot. And,
Well, he's like feeling her up, and then Mistake is getting chased around by Scott all over the fucking house, and he runs in, and he's like, yeah, 2-for-1 special.
More fucking pervy kids.
like, is that your mom's breasts you're talking about?
Well, that's what I'm saying. I think it's just this dude's girlfriend. That's why I'm saying I think like Mistake and Angel are just from another woman, and just for some reason they're just at their fucking dad's Thanksgiving.
Oh. That's stupid.
Oh, it is, no doubt about that, but...
Yeah, I would tell his ass to stay home. I don't need him.
Like, it's just like, why even have this guy? He also does magic tricks, which I'm kind of into, because he does them really well. Like the fucking red balls when he's like playing with Angel, and he's like,
Yeah.
look, see the fucking balls, and then he makes them all disappear. That was pretty cool.
To me, it was like him and, as much as I initially dislike Scott and Jennifer, like, those are the three characters I felt like by the end of the movie that were the most not shitty. But Mistake is still really annoying.
Oh, God, yeah. I was counting down the minutes until he met his demise.
I thought he was going to be our hero, but it's not true.
Oh, please no.
He fucking, right before he runs out of the room, he's like, rock and roll forever! And he just fucking runs away, and everybody's like, my tits are out.
Yeah, so then Bradley gets up, he runs after him. Fucking Linda gets up, she runs out. And basically, everyone in the house is either running after this fucking guy or cursing his name.
For the next 30 minutes.
Oh, yeah. Mistake. Oh, fuck him. He needs to die. Get him out of here.
Yeah, let's kill him. They literally talk about that.
All right, we could put some arsenic in his soup.
Yes! Oh my god, I was getting to that, but I want to get there slowly because of the way that it's delivered.
Okay.
Now we're introduced to this Spanish woman and her boyfriend? Who's this guy now?
I don't know what the purpose of this character is, because the only thing he does the entire time, this character of Wayne, is talk shit about his girlfriend,
Yup.
complain that he's there to talk business, not to sit around, and that he has some kind of fucking bet that he made over a football game that he can't watch.
Okay, that football game conversation brought about one of the strangest insults I've ever heard. Like, Wayne is bitching about not seeing this football game, and, like, I think it's... What is this dude's name? Harold goes, "You are a mercenary person," and Wayne's like, "The fuck, dude?" I'm like, what does that even mean?
Like a major insult to him, apparently.
Yeah, he was like, "How dare you?" It's like biting your thumb at someone, I guess. Like, some kind of Shakespearean fucking... maybe it's a... It's a fucking Western thing. I have no idea. I'm like, why is he so appalled? Why did he say that in the first place?
Well, his girlfriend Maria, like Joe was saying, is like just playing this fucking guitar, and like no one's into it. But like no one tells her to shut up either.
She's like playing like bullshit on the guitar, and like she only speaks Spanish too.
Right, that's her whole thing. That's her character trait.
But she only speaks Spanish in ways that wouldn't rub white people the wrong way. Like she only says things like gracias and baño.
Yeah, and yo quiero. Very like easy Spanish.
Yeah, and by playing the guitar, we mean she's taking her hand, winding it up, and slamming it against the strings, like blam, and just like shouting in Spanish. I'm like, that's awful.
Bradley walks in, he's like, Jesus Christ, has she been at this all fucking day? And he's like, yeah, I love it. And then fucking, okay, what does it do with the mustache's name?
It's Harold Bradley.
Which one?
Oh, wait, that's right. The guy who looks like fucking Art Garfunkel with the mustache.
Oh, that's Wayne.
Both are portly, dark-haired guys with thick 70s mustaches, and they're having an argument. It's like, oh my god, which one do I shoot?
Although, to be fair, Harold's got that awesome fucking hat that he puts on a little bit.
This is true. Harold's sitting on the couch watching this Spanish chick fucking play the guitar and scream. And then the blonde dude and his girlfriend walk in, and Harold stops immediately and looks up and goes, who's this lovely bitch? And the guy goes, yeah! Oh, this is Jennifer.
Not insulted.
No.
Nothing.
All these people seem just so likable.
He doesn't even acknowledge that he says that. He's just like, oh, this is Jennifer.
Yeah, you know, Connor, I didn't feel bad for 95% of the people that died in this movie. Let's be real.
I only sympathize with the children, and since mistake is like a curse from the devil, that only qualifies angel.
I was like, oh, that's great. She's fucking hot. Look at this hot jalapeno I got here.
Oh
and then
my
she
God.
starts fucking playing her guitar again.
She's like, gracias, and just keeps...
yeah, baño.
Well, then you get introduced to this character of Gail that, like I said, I guess is their friend, but it's never really made super clear.
Is this the chick who comes out of the kitchen talking like this, and she's like, hi, I was gonna put arsenic in his soup. Hi, I'm whatever.
Should I put some arsenic in his soup? It'd be fun to watch him struggle.
Who wants peas? That's another thing in this movie. Everybody wants...
Where the fuck are the peas?
Where the fuck are the peas?
The guy can't find the peas, Joe. Where are they?
Can't find the peas. He asked the kid where the peas are.
If they had found the peas, you think this would have splintered the timeline into a happier ending?
Who do you think hid those fucking peas?
John fucking Hurt!
Buchanan, you know where the peas are?
They're in fucking Dr. Buchanan's talking car, and you just sit there popping them in his mouth. He's like,
Oh, he's giggling his ass off because he gave fucking Body by Jake the fucking PCP. And then he went crazy and took... It's like experimental fucking PCP from the future.
God, has he... So he's just devolved into, like, fucking just... It's like mischievous time crimes at this point. It's just like, what if I do this?
It's whatever fits our need.
Hey, he's fucking... Now he's blended with fucking John Hughes, so who knows what's happening. He's like Two-Face now. He's got to flip a fucking coin to see what happens.
He's like a DC Comics superhero. They just, you do whatever you want with him depending on who's writing it.
I was gonna say, he's like the fucking reverse Flash of fucking movie villains at this point. He's like, I'm gonna fuck the timeline forwards and backwards.
But he's like a magnet, though. He's got a plus and minus, so he switches on and off.
The real question is, where's Meshock Taylor to fucking fix all this shit?
He's in the back just trying to grab the wheel, but Daniel Baldwin keeps fucking ripping it away from him.
He's fucking tied up. He's in the trunk.
He's like, please, let me drive.
We have a real problem with time travelers. So yeah, we meet Gail. Yeah, she talks like this. We've established that. She threatens to murder a child, and everyone's like, that's cool.
Yeah, she's like, hi, how are you? Arsenic in his soup? Okay.
Her character's there literally just to be like, oh, you guys want a drink? Well, you forgot to buy the wine.
She is the catalyst to get wine and seduce a cop. So she's like, there's no wine. And then fucking Danny Trejo's wife's like, fuck, there's no wine. Guess we're going to the store for the next 40 minutes. Because they get into fucking, who's the blonde guy? I'm sorry, I don't know anybody's fucking names.
Scott. It's all good.
Scott.
Yeah, they take Scott's car.
Yeah. And they just fucking split out of the movie.
Well, yeah, and they take his car because Harold's like, well, my car works, but the battery's on the fritz, so if you want to chance it, and they're like, nah, fuck that.
So they're leaving, and like the banter between these two women is like so obviously ad-lib, but to the point where they just keep talking over each other.
Also, this movie was very clearly dubbed afterwards.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Everyone's audio track is like a couple levels above where it should be. It seems like everyone's shouting at you, even though they're kind of far away.
It might be shouting, but it's lifeless at the same time. Because everybody's like, "Oh wait, don't go through the door."
Yeah, no, stop. No, I'll do anything. Take me instead.
It's like the casting director came from the school of fucking George Lucas.
Well, the fucking dime store Debbie Harry later is like the most flattest actor like ever until she starts screaming like a lunatic at the end. Like she's so lukewarm until that moment.
This is when we go back to Jay, and he has his bloody fucking rag he used to clean off the front of the car. He just throws it on the road. And he laughs about it for some reason.
The whole time he's like, ha!
He throws this thing and cackles, and then he sees the two women in the convertible drive by.
He cackles? No way. He hasn't done that before.
Yeah, surprise, right?
It's fucking MO, dude.
And he kind of creeps behind the fucking car for a second and watches them leave, and then I guess he gets the bright idea, like, oh, they came from somewhere. Let me go where they went instead of following them. And he ends up at the house.
They go in both directions.
At the same time.
Or almost at the house. He kind of... He drives up towards it. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. I think there's just like little bullshit here. Like Mistake plays with Angel and he's like playing like the guitar for her and doing magic tricks and shit.
There's a lot of little bullshit. Like there's a good chunk of it for a good 10 minutes and you're just like, okay, all right, please.
Well, the more peas. So looking for the fucking peas. Ask Kenan Thompson where the peas are.
The great pea caper.
The real criminal of this movie.
You cut to Wayne, and he's on the phone with his fucking bookie trying to place this bet he keeps going on about. And then Jay is outside. Body by Jay is out there with fucking turning the power off. He somehow knows exactly where to go to do that, to turn off the power for the entire fucking ranch. And the guy loses the connection to his bet he's making.
This PCP gives him, like, Jason Voorhees-esque abilities, I suppose.
I mean, he's intelligent in the sense that he is kind of like a Jason or a Michael Myers, where he is calculated in his attacks, but then once he makes those attacks, he's a fucking animal.
Oh, he doesn't know what the fuck he's doing.
Well, he carries around this big-ass knife the entire movie, and he only uses it once.
Yeah, it's like tucked into his sock the whole fucking time. Like,
yeah, until he fucking decides to molest it and take it out.
Yeah, surprised he didn't sever his own Achilles tendon somewhere along the movie. Oh my god. When does this fucking car thing happen? Because
we're almost there.
Oh my god.
So the power turns off, and Harold goes, don't worry about it. I got a backup generator, and he goes and he fills it, and then he basically comes back and says, hey, I'm going to get some more gas for the generator. And he goes to Scott, you want to come with me? And Scott's like, no, I'm going to hang back with the troops. I don't want to leave the women alone. And it's like, okay, fucking tough guy.
They're like, please go.
I don't know where Wayne is in the equation. Maybe he's taking a dump and they don't trust him. I don't know.
Take him with you. His chin is taking up all the room.
So yeah, Harold grabs his fucking hat, his beautiful hat, and his jacket, and he hits the road in his fucking little Jeep, and he throws this like massive fucking gas container in the back of the Jeep, and he tries to start the car.
Where's he going? Like,
how much does he fucking need?
I gotta go to the next town over to get some gasoline.
Oh, I guess that was to fill the tank, to fill the generator. Okay.
Yeah, that's true. Right. So like earlier, he talks about his battery being on the fritz, and so he tries to start the car, and it takes him a few tries, but it starts, and he's on his way. Well, you would think, knowing your battery is on the fritz, maybe you just don't turn the car off until you get back. Pro tip.
He's just starting and stopping. He's like, damn thing won't turn over.
He's worse than the goddamn crooks from fucking Baby's Day Out. I mean, at least they left the goddamn car on and they didn't have to. This guy needed to leave the car on and he fucking turned it off.
I said everyone in this movie just meanders for a little while.
Until they die.
So Harold comes up on the fucking station wagon that Jake's been fucking driving around on his PCP binge. And he's like eyeing it up, and I'm like thinking in my head, like, what the fuck is this guy doing? Is he like freaked out that this is on his property? Nope, he's just trying to make sure no one's there so he can siphon the gas out of the vehicle.
This guy's a class act, dude.
Like I told you, all these people are super likable.
The second that happened, I was like, he better die. You cut back while he's doing this fucking shady bullshit with this other car, and you get Scott grabbing. He finally finds the peas. Thank God Scott found them.
I got the peas. Here you go, Bradley.
He fucking Tom Arnold's over there shooting peas fucking across the room.
Rick Moranis took him.
And then you watch as Scott takes this fucking can of peas, doesn't dump the water out in the sink or anything, just slops the entire thing in his tray.
Ugh.
And done. No butter, salt, nothing. Happy Thanksgiving.
Then we go back to Harold. There's a whole lot of back and forth in this movie that's very unnecessary.
It's kind of why I tuned it out at some point. It's hard to replace it because it's just like, all right, here we are. None of you have done anything.
Yeah,
Right.
there's no really story going on in between what's happening. Don't we?
It's like each character is on their own fetch quest.
Yeah, so now we're back to the wine quest, right? The wine side quest?
No, that doesn't come back till much later for some odd reason.
Is it really?
Yeah, you got Harold now. He's siphoned the gas, and he goes to start his car because, like I said, he turned it off like a fucking moron, and it won't start. So, mind you, I guess the person that filmed this movie just decided, fuck it, we'll just raise the hood on the other car now because we don't want to do it while the scene's being shot. Because Harold then realizes, I'm going to just steal that battery because I just know for a fact that it's going to work in my car. And even though they're all different. So he gets out and he starts checking out the fucking battery in the other car. And then from the woods, Jake runs out and does like a 20 feet leap into the fucking air and just like belly flops onto the hood of the car while this guy's
And he fucking kills the dude. And he's like... and takes like forever to fucking die, but I could not get over the visual of this asshole jumping from off frame and doing a fucking elbow drop to the hood. I've never seen someone do that before in a horror movie, and I'm so glad I did.
He's on PCP, man.
Yeah, he's like, whatever, I got to use my body as my disposal.
And he's got these faces this guy fucking makes. It's like insane. Like it's corny, but they're kind of they look insane.
The pro wrestling reference is gonna fly hard and loose pretty soon. But like he is making very like 80s wrestler-esque emotions. Like he's just like he has to fucking overcompensate for all of his emotions.
Body by Jake, TM.
He's also built like an old wrestler, so it makes sense.
Do we cut to the ladies being lost now?
Is it dark out yet? Because that's when
it's dark.
Okay.
You have this. You have like a quick scene where Jay, after he murders this dude, just kind of start creeping up on the house a little bit more, and you get more of Mistake playing the music for Angel, and then you see him do the magic tricks that Joe was talking about.
Music.
And then you cut to the winos fucking driving around.
Yeah, they're like they get to the store and they get their wine, but somehow they get lost on the way back to the ranch.
Yeah, and I found this kind of believable if you think about where this guy supposedly is in the fucking boonies, and it's like you don't drive someplace often, especially at night. So I was like, yeah, sure, I could believe that.
Yeah. Well, they get lost, and then we just cut back to the house. We don't come back to them for like another 20 minutes.
Yeah, they just like leave the movie for a bit.
Well, there's a quick line because I forget who it is. I want to say it's Wayne. He starts getting like freaked out that no one's come back yet.
Well, they're setting out Thanksgiving dinner.
Right, yeah. And Scott goes, oh, shit, I forgot to tell them about my gas gauge. They're probably going to run out of gas.
And he's like, oh, well.
Ain't my problem.
Yeah, like, you would think that's an important thing.
Misfit comes in, and he's like, oh, now that the redneck and the other two douchebags are gone, let's have a party.
What a party it is.
Yeah.
He's the only guy partying.
This is the point when Wayne just goes total misogynistic asshole, and he's like, well, I'm going to go out and find them because I'm hungry, and, you guys better have dinner on the table when I get back. It's like, fuck you. Who are you? No one even really knows a goddamn thing about you, and you're like barking.
Also, you gonna help set this fucking dinner up? There's 9 people here.
Nope.
A lot of fucking food.
Yeah, well,
Nope.
this is the kind of guy who dumps the fucking peas into the thing just right out of the can.
Well, that was Scott, but, I could see Wayne doing it too.
I know. I'm saying he's the same type of guy.
Here, it kind of reminds me of fucking
yeah.
Carl from Aqua Teen Hunger Force. Like, you better have that turkey on this table before I get back, or so help me God. So help me God, Cup. You better get that turkey out.
You gotta help me, Mistake. Mistake's meatwad.
Stay out of my pool.
Come on, man. I was just playing guitar, whatever.
Jesus Christ, he would be meatwad.
I'm just trying to bang this Latina chick, man. Give me a break.
He was like 10 years older than me, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know how old that kid's supposed to be because I can't tell because his face is constantly covered in white paint.
Oh, he's a grown-ass man, dude.
Yeah. Is he?
He's a man dude, for sure.
Makes it even worse. You can be that annoying in your 20s? Yeah.
This is also the point in the movie where the lighting really starts to become a problem because it's dark out, and they shot most of the rest of the movie in the pitch black.
Yeah, they someone said natural lighting, and someone went, okay. This movie is okay. Like the last movie I saw that angered me this much, just from a lighting perspective, was Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. Because that movie looks like it's lit by someone taking like a full fucking light bulb and then putting like a thick piece of cardboard over it and then poking a hole in the center of it and just going like, there we go. That's all we got.
It worked in the 1700s. We could do it.
Fuck it.
I'm gonna shake the camera too. Can you see anything? No? Great.
Everything's lit by a candle, a singular candle.
Yeah, this fucking movie, and because of the quality it's in, like, if people are walking into the horizon and it's dark, they are literally disappearing into an abyss. Like, that you can't see them, you can just hear them, and sometimes you can see a shirt or something, but, like, there's, like, points in this movie where something's happening in the dark, and you're like, I need to actually sit here and wait for you to come closer to the screen so I can physically, I can see what's happening.
Yeah.
Or like, if somebody's, like, gesturing, like, there's a close-up shot later of, like, this bottle that, Jay is holding, and you can barely make it out before it cuts, and you're like, what the fuck? Oh, and then it just cuts.
Yeah, this movie wasn't great already, but this really fucking hurts it.
I mean, there's a solid 5 minutes later where it's just black.
Yeah.
Black,
And you hear people running around and breathing. And that's about it.
There's a part where I was somewhat thankful for Mistake because he had so much white going on, I could actually see him in the fucking dark.
He's just a fucking floating head.
Yeah.
He looked like that fucking quick shot of like Pazuzu from The Exorcist, like when it just pops up in his frame.
He's Captain Howdying out of the fucking darkness.
Damn me, why do you do this? Mistake.
Why?
Why you do this to me, Mistake?
Why you do this to me, Body by Jake?
Is this when fucking Carl decides he's gonna go? I don't know. He goes to leave for some reason.
Yes. Well, he's gonna go look for them because he's like, oh, how far's this gas station? He's like, I'm getting worried. I'm here for business. They're like, 5 minutes or 5 miles. He's like, oh, I'm gonna be back in 15. And he leaves, and then you get this first fucking dark as hell shot over his shoulder in the car. I don't know how fucking this guy can even see.
Oh my god. I had to rewind this like 3 times to figure out what actually happened to this guy. Because like it's kind of dark, and you just see hands appear behind him, and he goes,
And he doesn't drive the car off the road or anything. He puts it into fucking park and dies. Like, you don't put your foot on the fucking acceleration when that kind of shit's going on?
I just wanna like resign to the fact that that's what actually happened. This is because I couldn't see it, so I don't have any like. Okay, that's it. Yeah, he put it neutral, and then he turned blue.
And every time someone, I know fucking Halloween is probably the better reference to go to, but my brain always goes to the fucking the second remake of Texas Chainsaw Massacre when he's at the end of the movie, he's in the back seat and kills the fucking survivor.
I love those movies. First of all, the 2 remakes. Yeah, because I really didn't know he was back there, and it's all filmed really well.
It's an effective way to get your guy in there and kill somebody, but it's also been done a million times. Not in 81, it hadn't yet been done a million times, but now it's...
Yeah, well, we got Friday the 13th. It came out the year before, so now we're real fucking hot.
Oh, that's true.
Slumber Party Massacre was later, right?
Yes. I want to say that was 82 or 83?
That sounds right.
I don't know, but it's, we're in that cluster here, so like over the next 5 years it's coming heavy and hard with the fucking slashers.
And you know what's weird is that we're probably should go on this beginning, but like this being a Thanksgiving themed movie, like that it being the only one is strange because for a while the slasher movie boom included all these fucking stupid holiday-themed things to the point where they were just like, April Fool's Day, birthday parties, everything. Like, there was a fucking day-themed slasher for every fucking holiday or event of the calendar.
Well, that's because, let me pull out my cigar real quick. Well, the fucking kids, man, they love that fucking horror shit on the holidays. Friday the 13th, I mean, fuck it, let's do it.
Everyone was ripping off everybody also at the same time, too.
Yeah. Because we got, by now we have what? We have Black Christmas, we have Halloween.
We've got Friday the 13th and The Burning, like, back to back.
And The Burning, yeah, for sure.
I think Tom Savini even said he went to go work on The Burning right after Friday the 13th because when they called him about the sequel, he was like, that's dumb, and just went and worked on The Burning.
Yeah. I don't know, The Burning is superior, in my opinion. It's so fucking good.
Fucking Jason Alexander.
Yeah, he sure is. He's got hair and everything.
Oh my god!
Keeps going on about these pretzels or something, I'm not sure.
I haven't seen that movie in a long time, and now I may have to revisit it.
Whew. Do yourself a fucking favor, man. Excellent flick. Better than this movie.
Well, this movie, that movie, and some movies I'm going to talk about like after we wrap the review, all have one thing in common. We'll go into that after we're done crunching this movie, because it's an interesting topic. So, yeah, he garrots Wayne, he smothers him to death, he tickles him to death. I'm not really sure.
I guess he garrots him, but I'm just surprised and a little appalled that this dude has a garrote wire of some kind. Is it the tube he uses to shoot up this heroin? Because I can only imagine.
He's got these fancy blue surgical gloves that he likes to put on.
And, like, I didn't know Wayne had a cigar in his mouth, so, like, when he died, like, something fell out of his mouth, but it's so fucking dark. It just looks like he puked something up, like a solid object.
Barfed it out.
Just plops out of his mouth, like...
We go back to the fucking ranch, and Scott's putting the turkey on the table.
Even though nobody's there. Like,
they don't even give a shit. They're like, whatever.
4 people are missing, and they're just like, let's get the turkey out.
Yeah, let's fucking eat.
We don't want to piss off Wayne.
Yeah, well, they're putting everything out to fucking eat. And they totally end up, like, eating all of this, like, having the entire dinner, and not fucking caring that nobody's back yet. But anyway...
For some reason, they keep going, oh, is Angel asleep? Yeah, Angel's asleep. Huh, are you sure Angel's asleep? Yeah, she's asleep. Mistake, is Angel asleep? I don't know. Probably. Huh.
Pew, 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 pew.
It's like, why is this fucking Thanksgiving dinner being put out and this poor child is not eating? Is that the implication? Are they taking a nap? Like, what are we going for here?
Yeah, what is she to wake up later to a bunch of, like, jovial, like, laughing and, like, conversations? Is like, they really do a Thanksgiving without me?
Yeah, exactly.
She comes out, did you leave me a drumstick? Ah, no, we threw it out.
No, fuck off.
She ends up eating fucking most of this goddamn turkey anyway.
Seriously.
Where does she put it, man?
On the floor.
I feel like there's more to that scene than even makes any goddamn sense, but we'll get to it in a few minutes.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to fucking go too far, but we were talking about it.
On the fucking floor. That appalled me.
Oh, yeah. You have this scene with Scott taking his girlfriend to his apartment because they got a little time to kill. And he walks in, and he's got these fucking 2 King Kong posters on his wall. He's got one for the original and one for the fucking remake with, what's-his-face?
Yeah, this is the one we were talking about for Baby's Day Out, because Rick Baker did the fucking King Kong effects, yeah. See? It's part of the same universe, man.
And I'm sitting there thinking, oh, shit, my dad has that fucking King Kong poster in the basement at my parents' house. And I just thought it was such a weird thing to have on the wall in this bachelor pad, but hey, what the fuck, he's a fanatic.
But they're at the ranch, though. This is like a separate apartment above the ranch.
Yeah, because his girlfriend goes, why did you get an apartment here with these crazy people? He's like, I needed an apartment.
I mean, that's solid logic. I can't really argue with him there.
Like, yeah, but like, I don't know. It's stupid.
I mean, you probably could have benefited from something closer to this. Like, you probably could have benefited from something closer to civilization. But like, hey, I ain't you. Like.
Yeah, it's weird. It looks like a fucking motel.
Yeah. Well, that's exactly, now that just dawned on me, Sean just mentioned it's like a hotel. It's like the fucking Bunny Ranch. Like, it's just like a set of rooms that look like a motel that you go in and fuck people in.
It's one of those sex hotels from Japan?
Yeah, it's one of them fucking dirty, rundown roach motel sex motels.
This ranch is like 2 degrees away from a Tim Burton movie. It's just a little bit weirder, and I could see it.
Every room just clashes with the previous one.
Yeah. You go in one, and there's this big snake monster from fucking Saturn. You're not sure how to handle that one.
By closing the door and forgetting you saw it.
That's the Lost Souls room. It's death for the dead. Yeah, they're super concerned. This guy's trying to fuck this chick the whole time so far. Like, from the beginning of the film till right now, he's been trying to fuck his girlfriend. And now they're, like, finally, like, naked in a bed. And there's, like, this romantic music playing. And he's like, all right, here it comes. We're going for it. And she's like, how about we go downstairs and see what everybody's doing? And he's like, okay, yeah, let's do that. And then the scene just cuts.
Yeah, fine. It's okay.
Like he's totally just like, no, yeah, okay, sure. Okay. Where's Angel? I don't know. Nobody fucking knows.
Everyone's concerned about this little girl.
But are they really, you know?
Allison? Did we mention this, by the way?
Oh, fucking Yabos herself?
The little girl is Allison from Hocus Pocus.
She just can't get away from trauma, can she?
No. Vanessa Shaw is her name.
Yeah. So, obviously at the end of this movie, she went on and lived in Salem, and then she met Max, and he lit the black candle. You know the rest.
Obviously, she was like the sole inheritance, like the inheritor of all this money at this ranch because she lives in that giant fucking mansion in Salem, having fucking costume parties and shit, having fucking full-size candy bars, giving them away.
Probably. She got it from that... From a nice lawsuit and probably witness protection.
That's how that went down. And then she had to do battle with fucking the Sanderson sisters.
Makes sense to me, man.
Oh boy, is this Boob Cop?
Oh, it's Boob Cop.
Boy, this guy's got fucking. He's a weak-willed man.
Maniac Boob Cop.
That's a porn title.
Robert Zadar's a zombie who fucks. Is that what it is?
Oh Jesus Christ, no! I don't like seeing that man clothed.
His fucking ass looks like a catcher's mitt, like his face.
Oh my god! Imagine him having a big, giant, boxy crotch. Like everything from the waist down is all square.
Jesus Christ! Okay, so
you're welcome, everybody, for that visual.
Love it. So yeah, these cops pull over these chicks. What are their names again? Who could care and whatever.
Linda and Gail.
Okay, Linda and Gail. They get pulled over, and the cop's like, hey, how you doing? And he's like flashing his flashlight like on her open cleavage. And she's like, what happened, officer? He's like, you did a fucking 6590-01er in the book. And she's like, what's that? He's like, speeding. I can see your tits.
Meanwhile, the flashlight light is on her boobs the entire time.
Oh, yeah, they're illuminated like two fucking luscious globes of flesh. He's like, well, what do you say? Are you going to let me fucking touch him or what? And she's like, I had a real bad night, and we were just getting some wine, and we're lost, and we don't know where we're going. And he's like, all right. So after like this creepy exchange between the cops and the women, they're like, oh, what do you say, Chip? Let's let him off with a warning. And he's like, all right, ladies, I'll see your boobs later. And they walk away. And the cops are like, oh, man, we should let him drink the bottle of wine and fuck him or whatever.
That cop's like, all right, all the best to you. All the best to you. All the best to you. I'm sorry.
He pulls a fucking Clark Griswold.
Well, the one guy literally pantomimes like he has breasts and is like, do you see her gazabos?
Yeah. Giant bobos.
Dude, the fucking weird ass pet names that we come across in these movies for like genitalia.
Yeah.
It all makes it sound so much worse.
Well, they're talking all like fucked up, sexualizing everything, and then, it cuts back to Gail and Linda's like, yeah, it works every time, and she's like buttoning up her shirt a little bit, and then Gail goes, oh, they were kind of cute. We should invite them over.
Yeah, she's like, I want to get one of their dicks in my mouth.
Yeah, let's invite police over to my friend's house and fuck one of them. Like, what?
You think her husband would be into it?
I mean, he's dead, so maybe? Just prop him up in the corner.
She even says that when they leave. She's like, oh, I hope we meet some cute boys when we go out there. She's fucking taking Suzanne tips.
I guess that makes her single? I don't know.
Yeah, well, technically.
Well, they're totally lost, like Joe was saying, and basically, they go to start the car up again and, call back to what Scott said earlier about his stupid gas gauge. They run out of gas and they're just stranded there. And then they miraculously know to just walk straight.
Oh, my God. So these women are lost driving around. And then one of them says, all right, hope you bought your fucking hiking shoes. Let's go. Hit the road. Hit the bricks. And it's like, lady, you don't even know where the fuck you're going. Like, when you were driving.
You would think with how... Yeah, and you would think with how fucking dark it is up there, like, even the smallest light would illuminate the area significantly, so you'd probably be able to find this fucking house. Or something. Or
the moonlight, yeah, especially if it's like a full moon or something. But, like, who knows where the fuck they are, you know?
They're in the real dark forest.
Yeah, the actual one.
The actual dark forest. There's two of them. One is just called the dark forest, but it's, like, really prominently lit, and it's, ironic, and then this is the actual dark forest.
That's 2 towns over.
Welcome to the actual dark forest. I'm your park ranger.
There's a fucking sign that says actual dark forest. The flying monkeys are there and the witch and shit. So the so they're just walking aimlessly to the fucking house. And then they fucking get there.
Jay does a little bit more stalking back at the house first, because it cuts back to, first you just see Scott and Jennifer that were supposedly going downstairs, now just finishing up on the couch. And then it cuts to Angel just in the fucking dining room, just like staring at the turkey. And then it's implied that Jay goes in through like a side door and approaches her, but I don't know if he actually does. Like, I don't know what they were going for with that.
There's like a fake out here because Jay like goes up and he's like, it's like POV like camera like looking through the windows, and Angel like is standing over the turkey with the fucking carving knife like raised above her head.
Yeah, that was a weird one.
It was weird. And it kind of insinuates like he goes in there and murders her. And then there's like a fake out because like they're like, you know, they're like wrapping up the sex thing like I was saying before. And they like go downstairs and they go, Angel, where's Angel? Where's Angel? For whatever reason, because now they don't know where the kid is. So they go in there and the turkey is just looks like somebody fucked it. And they like go around the table and you see her like little feet sticking out from underneath the tablecloth. And then they pull it up, and she's like under there, fucking just eating a drumstick
with like 7 pieces of turkey on the floor in like a straight line in front of her. And I'm like, who the fuck raised you?
I'm just picturing the scene from Dennis the Menace when fucking Christopher Lloyd steals that kid's apple and eats it in front of him. I'm just picturing
what you eating there, sport?
I'm just picturing this guy walk in, look at her maniacally, and then just fucking rip part of this turkey apart and just start chowing down, giggling and laughing, and she just stands there and watches him, and then he leaves.
You think that's what happened?
That's what my brain goes to, but maybe I'm giving this movie too much credit.
He caught her fantasizing about killing her annoying brother.
Oh yeah,
and she was making that wish to herself, and then her fairy godmother gave her Body by Jake.
she actually has psi powers and like brought Body by Jake to the house to kill everyone.
This is her fucking monkey's paw.
The turkey.
It's her fucking monkey's paw. She wished for her brother dead, but they're like, yeah, but the rest of your family's got to go too. And she's like, okay, deal.
Comes with the territory.
Finger bends down. They're like, you got 4 more.
Let me tell you something. If that was me and I got caught doing that turkey, I wouldn't be alive. Because I'd be beat within an inch of my fucking life.
Well, looks like the goddamn Bumpus is fucking attacked it. The Bumpus dogs.
No more turkey hash. No more turkey soup. All gone.
It looks like the turkey from fucking Christmas Vacation when they cut it open.
This little girl's appetite is insatiable. Like, that much turkey and she should be fucking out cold.
Yeah, but come on, let's be realistic. She, like, eats half of this fucking thing.
I'm telling you, man, Jay's fucking marching around with turkey skin hanging out of his mouth.
So the adults come in and they're like, oh, you couldn't wait, could you? Come on, let's have a Thanksgiving dinner without the rest of our guests.
One of whom owns this property.
Yeah.
Cuts to a black screen for about 3 minutes as Linda and Gail are, I guess, walking down the street having a conversation, and then they come across Wayne's car, and then you can kind of see them, I guess.
Sorta.
They're like, wait a minute, whose car is this? Wait, that's Wayne's car. What? Why is it out here, huh? What? Huh? Oh my god, who's this Lou Ferrigno looking fuck?
Every fucking scene looks like it takes place in the sunken place from Get Out. Like, it's just fucking pitch black background.
The fucking deer is there.
And in this corner, we have 2 unsuspecting women coming out of the pitch black, and on this side, we have the Big Show's son, Lou Ferrigno.
Body by Jake, a.k.a. the Body by Jake.
Holy shit. This guy goes full fucking Ultimate Warrior on these 2 women. Like, he runs at them like fucking tassels dangling from his arms, picks up Gail and does a full fucking military body press, picks her up and airplane spins her, and you get a nice POV shot of her fucking spinning around.
It's like Brock Lesnar flipping The Undertaker around at WrestleMania.
And then he fucking F5s her onto the hood of this fucking car. She bounces off and her head slams against a rock and she dies.
I don't know, JR. He's got the rock. The rock. It was the rock.
She hits the fucking car and she's like, oh my god, I'm okay, and hits the rock. No, I'm not.
Paralyzed.
Yeah, no, you're dead. So then he like picks up one of the bottles of wine and he starts cackling heinously.
Yes.
Linda throws a bottle at him, I think. Maybe.
There's two bottles. One gets smashed against the car, and then there's a full one.
So Jay picks it up, question mark? He picks something up. You can't really tell.
No, it's dark as fuck. This is what I was saying before. Like, you see it glinting, like, in the light, just faintly enough to be like, oh, it's a bottle.
You can see a handle, and that's it.
It's like you're pixel hunting in an old fucking adventure game. It's like you're trying to play Monkey Island and you can't find where to click on the screen.
Exactly.
I've never thought about that. And then they have like a chase sequence, but it's just a bunch of like unidentifiable sections of this woods that are so poorly lit that it may as well be as like not be happening. And then you get a few close-ups of her like running into branches and him grabbing her.
Well, you hear it. You hear it. Anyway.
Yeah, you hear it. You certainly hear it. Oh, there's no doubt that you're hearing it.
Here's my question. How pissed do you think Nettie Pena was when she got the footage back and looked at it? Or was she just like,
This is fine.
Get yourself a fucking light meter, lady. What's wrong with you?
She gets done. She's like, I kind of hated this from the get-go, so fuck it. That's conjecture. I have no idea how this woman feels about this movie.
You can kind of hear it still. Well, he finally finds her in the woods, and I have to say, as much as we say this guy looks like a poor man's Lou Ferrigno, he's constantly hunched over and foaming at the mouth with these eyes that just like, the burning eyes, oh, these yellow eyes. No, I mean, they're white, but fucking Aunt May's in the corner crying.
Yeah, so he beats this woman to death with this fucking bottle and giggles his ass off.
Does he?
Sure does. Beats her fucking head right in like she gets fucking Pan's Labyrinth.
Oh, that scene's brutal. So the Wikipedia says he stabs Linda to death with a broken bottle, so...
Who could see?
He's bringing it down like he's beating her with it, not stabbing her with it. Like, it's not an in and out, it's an up and down motion. But I don't know, I couldn't really see too well.
Yeah, you can't tell. There's no way of telling.
That's the way my eyes interpreted it anyway. So either way, she gets fucking 86 with a bottle, be it broken or otherwise.
So we finally get the payout on the piece.
We sure do, because you want some peas? Here's some peas. Eat your peas.
Ah, that lingering plot thread comes to a thrilling resolution.
Yeah, thank God. I didn't know what I was going to do if somebody didn't eat those fucking peas.
Well, Scott gets some peas, Mistake gets some peas, Jennifer gets peas, Maria gets peas, Angel, no peas.
No, she doesn't want them.
They even give Rick Moranis and Tom Arnold some peas. They try giving him to Booger, but he just freaks out and runs out of the room. Something about...
Conspiracy theories, grassy knoll.
Yeah, something about hot lunch. We're not sure.
That's what's coming up tomorrow. They're putting hot lunch together with this fucking mess of turkey that was on the floor.
Sure, turkey, if that's what you want to call what you got out of the toilet, turkey.
That's what it turns into, mush.
I mean, they can give whatever they want to this poor girl because her parents are gone.
Well, her parent, we still don't know about the mother. She could, she still could show up at some point.
Mistake is like doing more magic tricks with like a fucking egg or something, and then he like gets up and like puts a bunch of food onto the Spanish woman's plate. He's like, here, have some potatoes Fantasia, and here, have a yam. Here, have some raspberry cranberry sauce. Oops, I spilled it all over your dress, and she goes fucking loco.
She's like, a stupido. He's like, whoops.
He's like, no, my one attempt to get laid, it'll never happen again.
He's like, oh, come on, you can wash it off of my bathroom, my baño over there, baño. And, they like walk off screen and she's like going fucking nuts. And fucking the chick turns to the blonde guy. What's her name?
Jennifer.
Jennifer turns to what's his face? And she's like
Scott.
Jennifer turns to Scott and she's like, oh my God, she's so Latin. It's crazy. And then it just cuts.
It's one of the most, like, white people things I've seen in the movies we've watched recently, where it's, like, a fucking blonde-haired, like, bleached white woman goes, ha ha ha, how Spanish?
Oh, Latins, right? Am I right or what?
Yeah, as she cuts into her burrito.
Those spicy brown people.
I've never met anyone like that before.
Fuck.
Well, Mistake takes this woman to the bathroom, and she goes in there to go wash her shirt.
Which was a mistake, let's be fair.
Yeah.
Okay, she doesn't... Oh, all right. This woman goes in the bathroom and she has, like, a little bit of cranberry sauce in her fucking shirt and just takes her shirt off and just stuffs it into the fucking sink and then just turns the faucet on.
I mean, to be fair, it's cranberry raspberry. That's just going to be really hard to get out.
Yeah, but like, what was she hoping to wear after that? I mean, like,
Well, mistake. He's getting her his best shirt, Connor.
look, she didn't want any of his fucking shirts. I can tell you that right now. She didn't want anything from that dude. Okay, like.
Well, he keeps going through his shirts, and he's like, this isn't it. This isn't it. You know, he's going through the 71 tour, the 72 tour, the 73 tour. You can't find the right one yet.
Here you go. Wear my fucking Judas Priest shirt to Thanksgiving dinner.
I couldn't find the Destroyer shirt, so here's my Peter Frampton one.
Here's my Quiet Riot shirt.
So she's washing her dress in the sink, and she turns around and like opens the for whatever reason the shower's open, or she opens the shower, and Linda's in the fucking shower and she's dead as fuck. And
Yeah, she's got the bottle in her eye.
yeah, and Jay like creeps up by the door, and he pulls his pant leg up, and he's like rubbing the knife in his sheath in his fucking cowboy boot, and he pulls it out, and he like puts her at knife point, and Misfit. I almost said misfit. Mistake.
I'm just a misfit.
I'm not just a nitwit. Hey, don't kill her. Don't kill her, please.
And okay, he walks back up to this bathroom, like guitar in hand, amp back on his back, and is attempting to plead with this woman's life while still wearing his fucking makeup and holding a guitar.
Yeah, he's like, she's gotta die, man. She didn't buy my VHS tapes. My Orbit. And fucking Mistake's like, dude, wait, man. I'll do magic tricks for you. I'll play a song for you. Don't let it go. He actually fucking says that to this guy, like trying to bargain.
Yeah, and he keeps like, he's like, take her. He's like, take me. I'm like, do you know this woman?
Yeah, well, apparently he's in love with her.
Vaguely.
Have you met her before? Does she know you? Does she want you bargaining for her life right now?
And then this movie made the same mistake that Mosquito did. The killer starts talking.
He does start talking, and he tries to give us some like character development.
He's like, oh, my mom is a bitch.
He's like, yeah, he like raises the knife and just like makes something up. He's like, mom sent me to bed that one time. And then stabs this woman.
I was trying to watch Lost in Space, and she was vacuuming.
Well, he drags her out into the middle of the woods.
Yeah, he drags her like 100 feet from the fucking house, and the whole time you hear Mistake going like, no, please don't, take me instead.
Little fucking wiener off screen. Look at this! I could do a Rising Aces card trick. Come on! But look! I get to put the fucking egg in my mouth.
He's doing like the fucking thumb trick, like he's
the fucking trick where like you like put your fingers together and twist your fingers and like wiggle them.
Yeah, he's doing like lame ass parlor tricks, and like that's what gets Maria killed. He's just so fucking annoyed.
Yeah, he's sick of it.
She's in Spanish. She's saying, "Stop it! You're making it worse." But no one speaks Spanish.
Not even her, apparently.
Big shocker here, Connor. When he stabs her in the chest, he laughs, and Mistake goes, no!
And she just fucking, that's it.
Yeah, and like this guy, just that's his gimmick in this movie is.
And then he's like, come here, I'm gonna plunge this movie into darkness for 5 minutes. Here it comes.
He's like the shopkeeper in fucking Resident Evil 4. It's just anytime you talk to him, no matter what, he's like, thank you.
Yeah. What are you buying?
And when you shoot him, he just pops right back up. So he kills Maria, and then him and Mistake have like a standoff?
I don't know. I couldn't see it. I just saw Mistake's face in the foliage, and then I saw Mistake's shirt and makeup coming out of the woods, and then he was murdered.
What did he do to him? Because like this was a little involved, and some of it was kind of like, I don't know what happened, but there was a cool visual touch, which is like his guitar strings melting.
Yeah, this is cool. This like was a cool kill, but I don't know how the fuck we got to this. Like,
yeah, like he somehow backs him up to like the generator or something, or like some piece of electrical equipment, and like somehow electrocutes Mistake on this thing, and also strangles him. I don't really know. It's
Well, Mistake looks like he's hiding behind like some fucking equipment or something, but then the dude picks him up by the throat, and it looks like he's like just on the side of the building, like not trying to hide well at all.
No, but Jay like wraps wire around his neck, and I'm like, all right, he's gonna strangle him. But then he like like chokes him and then takes either end of the wire and then like sticks it in the guitar and he fucking electrocutes him. And like Connor said, like the fucking strings like glow like bright red and fucking like melt. It's a cool fucking kill.
Yeah, but it's, again, like the fucking car kill. Like, this movie actually has a few sequences where you're like, that was awesome. Everything else is really lethargic.
Well, he's a soldier for Kiss, man. He's got to have the pyrotechnics for his kill.
Even his death had fire. He's like, yeah. He's like, Gene Simmons, be proud.
Do you think they buried him in a Kiss coffin?
Probably.
Oh, dear God. I'm just upset because I know those are real.
They played Love Gun at his funeral.
Gene Simmons officiates the funeral.
We're gathered here today because one of our Kiss army has fallen. That sounded like fucking Wolfman Jack. What the fuck am I doing?
Fucking Kiss Demon from WCW's there.
Oh my, that was a thing, wasn't it?
That was a thing. Yep.
Fuck me. Stupid.
God, wrestling's dumb. So yeah, he kills Mistake. And then, like, Scott is out. What is he looking for? He's looking for firewood?
Well, yeah, because the power goes out. Because earlier when the power went out initially was because of Body by Jake. And he, Harold went out to go get gas for the generator, blah, blah, blah. But he said he made a comment like, oh, this generator is going to last like 4 hours and then it's going to die. And that's what happens.
It's funny, though, because, like, so Mistake dies and then we cut right back to Thanksgiving dinner and they're cleaning it up. Like, nobody came back to eat. They're just like, fuck it, I guess we'll just clean everything up, whatever, good night. And offhandedly, they're like, oh, Scott's like, oh, where's Mistake and what's-her-face? And he's like, I don't know, he's probably playing guitar or something, whatever, bye. And then after he fucking dies, the power goes out, and he's like, I gotta go get some fucking wood for the fire so I can keep it blazing all night or something.
We need to have more scenes in the dark so the audience doesn't know how bad this movie is.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Yeah, he goes and fucking, like, wanders off into the woods, but, like, he's a yellow floating blob at some point, and that's all you can see of him, maybe his hair, until he gets like closer to the frame and he stumbles upon Maria's corpse and has no reaction.
No.
Oh, a very, 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 very delayed reaction.
This is where that ADR comes in because it's like, okay, you got to re-record your line for this. Okay, ready, go. You're coming across the body. Here's the video. Oh, she's dead. Man. And then like the next scene, he's like, Jennifer! Like, I'm not going to do it, but it's like top of his lungs yelling.
This level of emotion is very inconsistent because first he has no reaction, then he's overreacting, and then he gets to the house and he says, I found Maria's body, I think Mistake went crazy and killed her, and Jennifer, I swear to God, goes, oh my God, that's terrible.
Well, Jennifer's like in disbelief that even Mistake did it. She's like, what if there's somebody else? And he like poo-poos her immediately, like, who else would it be?
He's like, only those, he listens to rock, of course he's capable of murder.
Yeah. Scott's like, I didn't know, the kid's a psycho. And Jennifer goes,
He listens to Kiss, he probably sodomizes dogs.
oh, Jesus.
We're Christians, he's not. That's the end of story.
But Jennifer's just so like, oh my God, do you think so? Did she
Yeah, like, here, Joe, tell me right now, tell me someone's been murdered.
Oh my God, Connor, somebody's been murdered.
Oh my God, what are we gonna do?
Yeah, basically, that's how she reacts. She's like, well, what should we do?
She does like a stretch, she's like, oh man, this is really bad.
Wow, we should probably stay in the house.
Well, realistically, to be fair, if somebody told Connor that Mistake was dead, it would be a totally different reaction than just somebody was dead.
Oh my God, I fucking do a cartwheel, and I haven't did a cartwheel in like 10 years.
You would just make a sound of a fucking cork popping out of a champagne bottle.
Yeah.
And now we dine. Again.
So this all kind of comes to a head. Well, they barricade themselves in the house for like 30 minutes?
Oh, they barricade themselves? Connor, Scott walks around the house gingerly in the dark and locks every door. Except for the one in the back that, Bradley doesn't really use that. I forgot about that one. You know, the main one you had to worry about.
He's a blonde, frightened city man in a place where there was one Spanish person, so there could be more, so he's not feeling very brave.
Look, the fire in this scene becomes very integral to the plot because nobody wants to leave it for whatever reason, like it's some kind of safe haven.
Yeah. Like Jay is fucking Frankenstein.
Yeah, like he's afraid of, like, oh, we'll just stick a torch in the fire and burn him to death.
Fire.
Yeah, Scott, like, goes in the kitchen and, like, gets a knife, and Jennifer's like, what's that for? And it's like, what the fuck do you think it's for? He's like, well, to protect ourselves.
I'm gonna cut some turkey. I'm really hungry.
Leftovers, duh.
It's been 25 days since I held one of these babies.
It's been 2 Thanksgivings since I held one of these babies.
And they're like, nothing happens for about 5 minutes.
They simultaneously, they're either all about the kid or not about the kid. You know what I mean? Because they're like, oh my God, where's the kid? But in this scene, they leave her alone for like 20 minutes. And Scott's like, oh yeah, wait, where's the kid? And she's like, oh, she's in by the fire. And I'm like, there is a killer prowling around this house and you're just leaving the child by herself?
Yeah, whether it's mistake or someone that you don't know, like, regardless, someone's dead, and you need to be a little bit more concerned about this.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, again, it's not their kid, and Scott's like, I'm not gonna be financially responsible for this child.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, the whole time, Scott's like, oh, I wonder where everyone is. He's talking, oh, Linda and Gail have been a long time, and it's like, oh, you seem worried. He's like, well, they have my car. Worried about my car.
Yeah, he's like, can't wait for them to get back so we can get the fuck out of here. And I'm like, what? Just leave. Like, get out of there now.
I really hope I survive. I have a luncheon to attend tomorrow.
I gotta do my Black Friday shopping. I need my car quick.
He like pulls Jennifer close, and again, they're so like lukewarm. He's like, just try to keep it together, okay? And she's like, I'll try.
I really try. I'm really broken up by the Maria girl. This whole situation's so upsetting.
Then they like go sit by the fire, and he says, I think we're okay, like 10 fucking times. And the little girl's, Vanessa Shaw's like only lines throughout this whole movie is, I have to go to the bathroom. And she says it like 6 fucking times.
And then doesn't she just like leave the movie?
Yeah, because, and then we find out later what happens. And just real quick, like a throwaway, Scott's like, oh, if it's not a mistake, who could it be? Who else could have found this place? And I'm like, I don't know, anybody?
Anyone?
Anybody that was driving down the fucking road? Like, you know what I mean?
What is this, the fucking Bohemian Grove? It's a ranch.
There's probably a sign down the fucking road that says this, ranch this way.
It probably has a sign that says private property, trespassers will be shot. It's ranch property. It's huge.
Yeah, I'm sure it's posted.
Well, no, it actually, Connor, it says trespassers will have their gas siphoned and batteries stolen.
Trespassers will have petty crimes committed against them.
Will be robbed.
We'll get bodies slammed on their fucking cars.
Trespassers will meet Brock Lesnar. Just beware of Brock on the fence.
Beware of Brock.
Beware of Body by Jake.
Security by Body by Jake.
They stick one foot into the chicken wire fence. You hear dun, 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 and then Paul Heyman's like, "Let me introduce you to my client."
Trespassers will be bodied by Jake.
Oh, that's good.
It's like the what is that called? The North Korean, South Korean, the fucking line or whatever it's called. It's like that. It's like they're staring at each other, but it's Body by Jake just foaming at the mouth on PCP, just looking at the fucking other people on the other side.
Dare you to step over that imaginary line?
They step one toe over. He comes in and clotheslines their fucking head off.
Oh my god.
You're not worried about the property? Nah, I got a Brock who roams the forest.
He finds his own food.
It's you. So Angel finally gets her wish, and Scott's like, okay, I'll take you to the bathroom. Here we go. And he's like, come on, come to the bathroom. Here we go. Because fucking Body by Jake jumps out. He's like, oh, buy my fucking workout tapes. And he chokes him to death. But he doesn't die.
I got a whole warehouse of Betamax tapes I've been trying to get rid of.
$25.99. Free shipping and handling.
But Jennifer sneaks up behind him and has like second thoughts about stabbing him and then commits to stabbing him.
Well, first she hits him with a fucking poker. And she's like beating this dude with a poker, and he's choking out Scott. And then he like backhands her into the couch and then continues to choke Scott. And then she finally picks up the carving knife and like stabs him in the back.
It's kind of funny considering how like tepidly she was reacting to everything, and now suddenly she's in fight or flight mode. I'm sure Scott was like, whoa, babe, where's this coming from? Like...
Well, I don't. Was it the carving knife, or was it the big fucking knife that Jay keeps pulling out of his boot?
It might be that one. It might be that.
Either way, it's sticking out of his back the rest of the movie.
Yeah. Well, and here's the thing too. Like Jennifer can't act for shit, but she acts really well when she doesn't have to speak, because she like I believe her being afraid to stab this guy and then finally stabbing him and then being like hysterical about actually stabbing somebody.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that was pretty good. And this whole shot is great too, but because she comes down and it just sticks in like this dummy, but it's like right in front of the camera. I don't know. It's good. It's a good shot.
I agree. I agree. She's not a great actor, but she plays off the this part of the character well, like the in distress part of it.
And so, in being a guy who's on PCP, Jay gets stabbed and then is like, what else you got?
Oh, yeah, he's fucking giggling his ass off. He's like, that fucking tickles. Time to kill somebody else.
Also, at this point in the movie, I guess they just had one shirt for this guy for the entire film shoot, and his whole front of his shirt's just drenched in sweat. And what I can only imagine is turkey fucking
juice
junk.
Well, here's the thing too. Like, so they stab this guy and they run out of there, but they forget the kid. They're like, all right, let's go. Let's get out of here. Let's run away. And she's like, what about Angel? And he's like, oh, fuck Angel. And he runs back to the house and fucking Body by Jake punches through the fucking window and grabs this dude by the fucking face and pulls him back into the house and slits his throat.
Okay, this is a comical kill because he just takes this knife and then like it's an uninterrupted shot, so you get to see all of this go down, and he slides the knife across this dude's throat, and this guy's acting like bleh, but there's nothing happening in the area where he slit, and it takes like a full like 3 seconds before someone would be like, oh yeah, blood.
Am I the only one that just immediately thinks of Goldberg anytime someone punches out a window?
I don't get that.
Because back in the day, he had this fucking scenario, this behind-the-scenes skit. I forget who he was facing.
Oh my god! You mean the thing where he got 93 stitches in his arm?
Yes, where he punched out a limousine window, and it was supposed to be fake, but it wasn't, and it almost cost him his life.
Basically, long story short, yeah, Bill Goldberg punched through a real fucking limo window and sliced his arm into oblivion.
Oh fuck! I never heard about that.
Oh yeah, it's gnarly. And you can watch it on YouTube. It's fantastic, and you can see him start bleeding profusely immediately.
Oh my god, he slit like a fucking main artery or some shit on his arm.
Oh yeah.
Bill Goldberg's also a strong motherfucker, is what you get out of that story.
Well, yeah, but he's also a stupid motherfucker too.
Yeah. And then he does this and doesn't flinch.
That's crazy.
Just a little insight into my mind, I guess.
It's okay. I make wrestling references all the time. People look at me and go, "Who the fuck are those people?"
I mean, at this point, Connor, unfortunately, this happened probably 20 plus years ago, just to date ourselves a little, so,
That's when wrestling was good, because it's terrible now.
That's when it was real, right?
We had like ladder matches and fucking tables and chairs, and we're beating the shit out of each other, and we're fucking cutting each other and shit.
Well, at least we don't have gravy bowl matches anymore, thank God.
Oh, God. Well, the cutting each other I can do without. We don't need any more New Jacks in the world.
No, we're good. But, I mean, it was pretty sweet.
We don't need any more guys walking around with fucking tic-tac-toe on their foreheads.
Yeah. I met Abdul the Butcher and I watched him stick 2 quarters into his forehead and watch them stay there. I was both mortified and fascinated.
Well, he always has change for the Parkway.
Oh! Zing, zang, zoom.
Oh, my... Ew. Oh, God. Anyway, so yeah, Jay slits Scott's throat, and then his body takes forever to actually bleed, and then he slumps over and dies.
And then we are stalking Jennifer through the house, and then and then Body by Jake is just laughing, and then it just cuts to morning, complete with a fucking crowing fucking rooster.
Well, she's hiding in Scott's apartment because you could still see the King Kong posters. That's how you know it's Scott's apartment.
Oh. Yeah, she's in like a crawl space.
Well, she just faints, and he looks around for like 30 seconds after that and just says, I don't know, and just leaves.
Well, he's high on PCP. He's got to have something to do.
Yeah, but then she's just like in a crawl space? ? Like, what the fuck?
Well, to me, it looked like she just fell over behind the fucking the lazy boy, and you know, Jake just didn't look behind there because he couldn't fucking see a goddamn thing.
I know, but like the next scene, she's like opening a door that like a crawl space door that's like in the closet, and she's like sneaking out of it.
Oh, yeah, I don't know.
He's looking for her in the dark, and he smacks his knee at a table. He's like, "Fuck this! It's too dark in here. I can't see what I'm doing."
I'll just kill her in the morning.
Yeah, I'll wait till the sun comes up.
He's like, "Someone turn on." Then he hits the light switch. He's like, "Oh yeah, I'm a dumbass."
Like, what was he doing in that 6 or 7 hour period? Like, what was this dude doing? Was he just pacing around outside? Was he just staring, like not blinking once? Like, what the fuck was he doing?
Shooting up PCP and fucking eating some turkey, man.
He was shooting a PCP and doing he was doing crafts because being that high and being that elevated, you gotta have something to do with your hands.
He's having tea time with the dead bodies.
Stashing him away. Meanwhile, like, this knife is just in his back the whole time.
Just bleeding from the mouth from the fucking injury.
He's like, man, that itches. I wonder if I could do anything about that.
So Jennifer, like, walks outside and she's just kind of wandering around. This is like almost like a Texas Chainsaw moment, like the original. Like, Marilyn Burns is just like walking outside, and then like Body by Jake appears and like grabs her and starts fucking with her. Like, he doesn't kill her, he just starts like throwing her on the ground and dragging her around and shit.
And then she screams once, and then they loop this scream about 8 more times throughout this entire sequence, and it's very, very noticeable.
Yeah. And then, like, a patrol car pulls up, and it's the 2 fucking horny cops from before.
Who are now suddenly serious cops?
Yeah, sorta.
Well, they find Gail's body. They're like, oh, is she alive? He's like, nope. And it cuts to the guy in the passenger seat just pumping a fucking shotgun like he's Arnold Schwarzenegger or some shit.
Yeah, he's like, that's a waste of boobs. And he's like, load that thing up. We're going to go fucking chicken hunting. And he's like, okay. And he fucking cocks a shotgun, and these guys are ready to fucking party. So they drive up to the ranch, and Jennifer's just like outside laying on the ground, and fucking Body by Jake is just like, he's just like laughing and like gonna stab her.
He's like giving her noogies and like fucking pushing her around and shit. Like, it's like really grade school bullying at this point.
Yeah, he's like messing with her. He doesn't mess with anybody else throughout the whole movie, and he just decides to take his sweet ass time.
Yeah, this is the same guy who leapt through the air and crushed a man's skull with the hood of a car. Like, and now he's like, I'll take my time. Like,
yes. Yeah. He's like, well, this fucking knife in my back, it doesn't feel that great, so I'm gonna just...
He's like, I'm at the finish line, might as well take it easy. I just shove it around a little bit.
I'm victorious. Here it comes. So the cops roll up, and they fucking jump out, and they're like, freeze, motherfuck! And he's like, no! And he goes to, like, stab her, and this dude, they just shoot him, like, in the leg, and she, like, rolls away, and then they just fucking pump, like, 2 shotgun rounds in this fucking dude, and then he's down for the count. And then all of a sudden, Jennifer just starts wailing. And I was like, oh my God. And this guy's just like, relax, it's okay. You okay? It's going to be okay. You sure? All right, okay. Come on, I'm a cop. Come on, get up. Okay.
I'm a cop. Show me your boobs. Are you okay?
Yeah. You okay? Nice ass. Get in the car. Okay, bye.
Oh, by the way, here's this plot point that we forgot to mention. Angel was wandering down the street and we picked her up. She's in the back seat.
We forgot to film the part where Angel ran away to the highway and flagged down the cops.
Here's a missing scene for you explained.
Let me tell you something. This little girl is wandering around in the woods in the middle of the night on a fucking ranch, and somehow she makes it to the fucking highway, and somehow the cops just happen to be driving by.
And 2 grown-ass adults got lost on the way back.
That's just my point. Like, she should have been fucking eaten by a bear or a fucking mountain lion, or died of the cold, like hypothermia.
She comes up to the cops. She said, some man ate our turkey and killed my daddy.
She's like, please, officer, you gotta help me. We had a run in with this guy, this really disgusting guy. You might have heard of him, Body by Jake.
He keeps trying to pawn off his workout videos to us. It's really, we don't even have a Betamax player. They're too expensive, Dad said.
He was big with the infomercials in the 90s.
We don't even own a VCR.
Scott was going to pick up one on Black Friday. He got him for cheap for $400.
He offered us the 1 Laserdisc edition, but nobody has one of those players.
It was signed, but we just didn't want it.
So yeah, they explain that, and then like someone checks on Jay, and then fucking shocker, the movie ends with him opening his fucking eyes.
Yeah, the cops like go over, and he's like, you keep an eye on this guy. I'm gonna go back to the car, and he's like, okay. And then it's like, it's not even dramatic. It's like this slow like close up on Body by Jake, and he like slowly opens his eyes. And then it cuts to black.
That's because it's slow, because you're like, as a viewer, I think even that time period, you're probably like, he's gonna fucking open his eyes. He's gonna fucking open. There it is. Open his fucking eyes.
Super PCP, man.
There's no stinger. There's no like. He doesn't jolt his eyes open. He like slowly opens them really wide, and then it just cuts like. and that's it.
It's actually him doing like agonal breathing. He's like
1-800 Body by Jake, buy my shit.
Yeah, that was the post-credit scene that we forgot to watch.
I'm good. So that was Home Sweet Home. Pretty much, there was a quote about this being a Thanksgiving slasher movie. Oh, along with Blood Rage, and the faux Thanksgiving trailer from Grindhouse is one of the few slasher films centered on a Thanksgiving holiday, and one of the few slasher films to be directed by a woman. That is actually notable.
Yeah, well, we were talking about doing Blood Rage this year, but I wanted to save it for next year because I wanted to see, just how it went. And Sean had brought this up, and he was like, well, what about Home Sweet Home? I'm like, I never fucking heard of this movie before, which was so strange because I'm like, I like to pride myself on the fact that, like, I know all these, like, weird niche horror movies, and I had never seen this or heard of it.
Well, this movie is on a list of something called the Video Nasties, which we've mentioned before. We haven't really gone into detail about. The Video Nasties are a list of movies that the UK banned, or at least they declared them obscene in like 1984. And they were pulled from stores. Some of them were butchered and then re-released. I think My Bloody Valentine, the original one, was subject to that. I think there's still scenes missing from that movie. And some of them were just never seen again. And you can look up these movies, and this is on that list.
Yeah, it was a big censorship issue in Britain, or in all of England, and it was spearheaded by this fucking old political woman who was just like, these are disgusting and nobody should ever watch them ever, so let me take away everybody's right to watch them that wants to. Bye.
Yeah, and it operates very much like fucking Satanic Panic, or like any of the comic book panic, like any moral panic you might be familiar with. I think the difference here is like this stuck for a while, and these films were kind of hard to find for a bit. But some of these movies, like a lot of you are probably familiar with, like The Beyond is on here, Evil Dead is on here, The Burning is on here. Every movie that begins with cannibal is on here, for fuck's sake.
Well, yeah, like Cannibal Holocaust was a big one, like Faces of Death and shit like that. Like a lot of the Italian gore fest movies, a lot of Fulci stuff was on that list.
Yeah, like the Gestapo's Last Orgy is on here, like Exploitation Central.
Right, and yeah, I Spit on Your Grave, shit like that, you know what I mean? Last House on the Left, Last House on the Dead End Street, shit like that.
But honestly, like watching this movie, like unless this is a version that was butchered post-release, this really isn't that bad. In terms of content, I know the year it came out, everyone was a little sensitive, but like this is really tame.
But most of these flicks weren't as intense as they were made out to be either. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like sometimes it was just based on the cover art or the name, and they were like, well, that's fucking banned. See ya.
It was the Kiss makeup. That's what did it.
Yeah.
They were like, sex, violence, and rock and roll. This movie can't be seen by anyone.
All 3 check marks.
So this movie has like that kind of applying a novelty effect to it. It's gotten it actually has like a strange reputation, apparently, from my understand. And as I said earlier in this episode, the actor who played Jay has no sense of humor about being involved with this, and I guess is very upset with it. Which, like, dude, if the people who were in Troll 2 can come out of that side, like, smiling, then you can probably calm down.
Yeah, but those people also never did anything else to hurt their career. You know what I mean?
Yeah, just because your career as a potential strongman didn't take out doesn't mean you gotta get all uppity with people who want your fucking autograph.
Like the dad in that movie is a dentist in real life. Like, he doesn't give a fuck.
I'm friends with him on Facebook. He's fucking awesome.
Yeah, he's a fucking cool guy. All right, so for Thanks Garbage, we're gonna pick a food item that's in our Thanksgiving spread, our feast. So yeah, this is a turkey leg for me. I'm having a good time with it. It's kind of delicious, and I love it. But I'm telling you, that tryptophan starts fucking kicking in some spots in this film.
Oh, that is a really good way of summing this up, because there's parts of this movie that surely would make some people take a nap.
It's got a little dark meat in there too, much like the lighting in this film.
Yeah, that's basically how I'm attacking this, because like it's tasty as fuck, because it feels good. It's one of those slashers that's kind of slow paced, but it's enjoyable. And it's totally one of those flicks that I would just pop on every year. Now I'm gonna watch it every year along with Blood Rage. Now I got it's this Mutilator and Blood Rage for my little fall festivities before we hit Christmas. So yeah, that's I'm a turkey leg with this one. I like it. Thumbs up.
I appreciate slasher movies from this era a lot. And good or bad, I will usually sit through one of them. I'm not crazy about this movie. It's a little boring. You can't see half of it. And there's really not much to it. But again, like these movies are like fucking candy. I mean, I gobble them up. But this movie is someone's homemade cranberry sauce because I fucking hate that shit. And it might taste okay, but I fucking hate the way it's made, and it does not compare to the canned kind. Okay. At all.
I disagree with you on that one, Connor, but that's
me too, because I love a good homemade cranberry sauce.
It's like specifically like a family member's homemade,
like a shitty one though.
Yeah, like a shitty homemade cranberry sauce. and then everyone eats the canned shit, and this just sits in a fucking bowl and festers, and then eventually someone throws it away.
I would have to say that this movie, I kind of have like a two-part response to this. I'm going to have to make a call back to something I said earlier in the film. This movie is kind of like the Griswold family turkey. You know, it looks good on the outside, and they cut in, and it's just filled with fucking air. But to go even further with that example, you know, you still eat the turkey, you dip it in the water, you choke it down, because it's like there's a little bit here and there that you can get into. Like, some of the kills are kind of cool. This guy's overacting is kind of like a little bit much to even take in. And then you take your plate and you throw it out. And then, to find this movie, you just dig in and pull out some of the fucking bones and the stuffing that didn't quite cook all the way through. And that's what this is to me, man. It's just, I like parts of it, but it's mostly just a disappointment to me because, like Connor said, you can't see a lot of it. And just these characters, I know that it's a bit of a trope with horror movies, but they are unbelievably stupid and annoying. And that's just, yeah. So turkey bones, and your fucking dirty little plate when you're done eating. That's what this film is. Like, you don't even use the fine china for this one.
It's on a fucking paper plate.
Not even like a good Dixie plate.
Yeah. With a spork.
Those one-ply shitty fucking paper plates that like leak.
Yeah. Fucking turkey oil goes right.
Yeah, you got the gravy on there. It's just all over your hands by the time you get it to the table.
Seeps onto your pants because you can't sit at the table and you're going to sit it on your fucking legs.
Yeah, you take this movie out for dinner and they make you sit at the card table with the kids.
Many Thanksgivings. So we're gonna do like a little mini retrospect here, looking back on the films that we've done thus far, and we're gonna give thanks to the garbage that makes the show possible and always holds a special place in our hearts.
I want to start things off with what I'm thankful for, and I'm sure you both can agree on this, is Dr. Joe Buchanan.
Holy, like that's the most obvious answer because like it's been years since I've contributed to an inside joke that has developed this fucking much to the point where like at this point we could probably do an onstage presentation about the fucking MDU timeline and just point to certain like cataclysms. Like it's insane. Like. Also, we've, like, posthumously turned John Hurt into this fucking, like, anti-Doctor Who who just goes around time and space just, like, fucking with everybody.
And now I'm reminded that he's dead, and I'm very sad, but...
But is he, though?
Yeah, is he dead, or did he leave this timeline?
He's not dead, he just went home.
Wait, and his home is the Speed Force?
I think so. He's interdimensional, man. Who knows?
I am extremely thankful for all the time I've spent doing this. It's been a wonderful time the entire time. I don't think I've truly hated anything we've done so far, and it's really made me appreciate. It has made me appreciate going to the movies and seeing something that's like kind of bad, but being like, it doesn't matter. It's not any worse than what I watched last week. Also for like revisiting stuff like Equilibrium, which I thought was going to age like shit, but actually ended up being one of my favorite episodes we've done because all of us were like, this is actually pretty good.
Yeah, even Tate Diggs in his fucking feather face.
And then, like, we had some conversations that weren't really centered on comedy. We were picking that movie apart in a way that I really like picking movies apart, which is like layer by layer, piece by piece, and pulling all the meaning of it. And I really enjoy doing that. So yeah, I'm thankful for a whole bunch.
I'm gonna say I'm thankful for both Rumpelstiltskin and Monster in the Closet, because those two films are kind of like what the seedling was for both to get together with both Connor and Sean in their own respective ways, and I'm just thankful for getting this together with you guys and getting together every week and just talking about movies that we love and hate, and you know, that can all be atold for with a fucking shitty troll demon and a fucking Nestle Crunch Bar joke, you know what I mean? Paul Walker.
To add to that, I'll name something else I've been thankful for. When we watched Monster in the Closet, I was in a very bad part of my life. And since then, I've cleaned up a lot and straightened up a lot and really improved things. So I'm kind of thankful for everything that's happened between then and now.
That's good, man. I remember that night when I came over and we watched that.
Yeah, we got fucking blitzed on whiskey and watched that whole movie.
Sure did.
Did you pull the xylophone out and try to imitate the old doctor?
We kept harping on the fact that it was Paul Walker and we couldn't believe it.
I still can't believe it.
I think this year so far has been awesome, and I'm looking forward to keeping this going with you guys. Also, we're priming up, baby, because next month we got some fucking Christmas shit coming for you. So you know,
we have some really good
get
stuff.
ready for that.
Like literal Christmas shit. It's like those turds that Judy's mother had in fucking Night of the Demons. Like, that's what we're talking about,
baby.
here, folks.
Have some fucking cook up some fudge logs because they're coming.
And all these wrestling references will have a very nice payoff.
Yeah, we're going to be trashing through the snow for sure.
I think you guys pretty much covered it. I mean, I could sit here and say I'm thankful for more peas. The peas keep coming back up. I'm just, finally remembering back on Tom Arnold flicking them across the room at Rick Moranis. A movie that I didn't think would still be talking about this much longer after we did the episode, but hey, that's how things work out sometimes. Big Bully, Hug a Bunch, Frankenstein Unbound. I feel like those have been my go-tos, and, let's see if it continues.
This show has given me lots of gifts that I didn't ask for.
So that's it. That's Home Sweet Home from 1981, directed by Nettie Pena. If you want some more bad movie goodness, you can check us out at MovieDumpsterPodcast.com. Follow us at Movie Dumpster on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Also check out our sister podcast, The Phantom Zone, hosted by our very own Connor McGraw. You can find them at phantomzonepodcast.wordpress.com. I'm Joel Escola.
I'm Sean O'Rourke.
I'm Connor McGraw.
Happy Thanksgiving, and thanks for visiting the dumpster.
Angel, honey, would you like some peas? No peas? No peas, no dessert.